Alright folks, how's it going? I've not done anything for a couple of weeks because I've been in the old hospital with the COVID. Kind of hits you without knowing anything about it. So today's the first day that I'm back in the garage. I'm still a bit weak, so I won't be doing anything too strenuous. Well, I thought because it's we're into December now, it's getting colder, things are quieting down for the season. I thought I would do a lot of the maintenance work that I've been putting off in the garage, which is like changing the oil in the ramp and servicing the compressor and stuff like that. And I've also got loads of parts lying around that I either just want to bin or just sort them. But a lot of the parts are a pile of stuff that I'm waiting to take down to the shop blasters and get powder coated. So I might gather all that stuff up ready, and because I've got subframes and axles I want powder coated, and maybe I've got loads of calipers that I planned on rebuilding, but they're as cheap to buy nowadays. It's just not really worth rebuilding them anymore, unless it's something old, an original part. I'd rather rebuild an original part than buy a cheap patent part, because the patent part, this stuff only lasts a year. So there's some stuff's worth rebuilding, and other stuff's not really worth it. Like your everyday cars and stuff, no one cares enough for the parts to last that long. If they last a year for 40 quid, then they'll just buy another part for 40 quid the year after. But stuff like the old GSIs and old classic cars, you better keeping all them original parts and rebuilding them, because they're far superior parts. So yeah, I'm do just a bit of tidying up really, and see how I get on. I don't think it's too many jobs to do now to the end of the year, apart from a GSI, but I'm not really motivated to do it yet. So we'll have a look at what we've got to do. So you maybe seen in other videos of this my engine building bench, I call it. It's just covered in the Z20 engine out the 5-door turbo, and under there it's just full of stuff from it, pipes, brackets and all sorts of stuff like that. With the gearbox here, I really want to clean that up and tidy it up, stuff like that. So I could do with this space being back. Just wheels all over the place. I need to stack wheels up somewhere. And then I need to get these GSI wheels, I need to get them taken down to the lads in Dundee to get them refurbished, so they'll just sit there forever. And I'll take these at the same time. These are a couple of spare wheels for my brother's S3. He's got a buckled wheel, but he managed to pick a couple up. So, but they're the wrong colour. They're a nice colour, but his are gloss black. I don't know what he wants to do with them yet. Also, I'm going to clean up these seats, and I think I'm probably just going to put them back in the van, because the Recaro seats they're alright. I'm not really a great fan of the Recaro seats. They're not all that comfy, I don't think, but because they're in the van and the van's got the bulkhead, I can't put the seats back far enough for me. I'm too tall, so they're a bit of a pain, and I don't want to take the bulkhead out just yet. It's handy to have, so I'm going to clean them up and put them back in, and I'll keep the Recaros for something else another day. And I've got this box here, an F17 box, I need to tidy up, and it's just loads of rubbish lying in it. I don't know why stuff lies around for so long. And then I've got all these calipers I need to go through, decide what I'm doing with them. A hub here with a new bearing, I've been meaning to rebuild that for ages, and it's crap you can't be bothered doing, isn't it? I need to clean out the degreaser tank, put new degreaser in it, and sort the filter, because I haven't been using this as much as I usually do. I've just been cheating with spray and a brush, so I need to clean that out. Get rid of this stuff, and I need to service this thing, and I haven't serviced it the whole well, since January I think, or February. I usually do it every 6 months. But I've seen that the oil's really low and it's starting to leak out the pipes, and the filters are choked as well. So I need to sort that out. I can't afford for that to bugger up. And then I need to change the oil in the car lift, because it's still got the thinner oil in, or the thicker oil in I should say, for summer. So I need to put some of the thinner stuff in for winter, because it just doesn't go up and down very smoothly. It takes forever, and there's also no point in neglecting it because they're not cheap to buy them things, so I might as well look after it. So I'm going to crack on with some of them bits. It might be boring to watch, I don't know, but I'm not really fit enough for anything else just yet. I'll drink my tea. It's cold anyway, so be nice little jobs. Be nice little jobs to do for a couple of hours. Get me out and about using my muscles again. And yeah, if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, then I'll know not to do another one of these videos. Alright, let's crack on. It's usually full of sludge in the bottom. It's pretty thick. No wonder the fluid wasn't coming through. God, I don't think I've cleaned this out since I moved to this new garage, which was 2 years ago now. I don't use the degreaser tank as much as I used to. I used to use it every single day at the other place. Well, yeah, it is handy, very handy actually. I do miss it. I'm not using it. It's just the thought of cleaning this out. It's always a pain. Nice, so now the worst bit is just cleaning all that gunk out. Now service the compressor. Oh, the first thing, drain the water out of it. Alright, we've cleaned out the pump. Just got to put that back on there. And then I can pick that back over. It's all cleaned out a bit better now. Just connect everything up, put the pump back in. it's a bit tidier, ready for some fluid. I just need to make a filter to go in there. I usually just use a bit of this emery cloth. I'll cut that to size, put it in there. There we go, slide that in there. Slide that. Perfect. So that's the old parts washer cleaned out and serviced. Ready for some new fluid when it arrives. And the air compressor's all serviced up, which is good. 2 jobs it. Take a little bit of time, but well worth doing. So now I just need to tidy some of this rubbish up. It's not actually rubbish, it's all stuff I need, but it doesn't need to be in here, so I think I'll put some of the bumper anyway back in the 5-door turbo, and the spare radiators and fans. They don't need to be in here. I'll just store them back in the car for the time being. Better having space in here than having a place all cluttered. I need to get some racking somewhere for these tyres. I just don't have any spare wall space. I could do with some more sheets for up here. I could store a lot more stuff up there. And then most of the stuff up there it's off the old Volkswagen T4 I used to have. I'm just gonna get rid of that to some of the lads on the forums, or just scrap it. I'm just never gonna use it. And then I'll need to go through some of these calipers here, thin them out, because they've been sitting there far too long. And if I'm not going to use them or sort them, then they just need to go in the bin, I think. Although let's see, that's a proper TRW, that one, so I'll probably keep them there off a Golf or an Audi. My sister's got a Golf, and it just goes through calipers like nobody's business. And that's a proper Lucas caliper off an Astra, so I'll probably keep a couple of them for the GSI. And you can't see over there. Those calipers here in the end, they're VXR calipers, so I'll probably keep hold of them as well. And then I've got GSI skirt covers. I tried to sell these maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I had loads of these jack covers for GSIs, and no one wanted them. And now everyone's screaming for them. You just can't get them. So I'll hang on to them. Funny how that happens. You have stuff forever and ever, and you can never get rid of it, and then all of a sudden everyone wants it. That's the way it is, I suppose. It's the same with cars, isn't it? I always see watch the YouTube videos of abandoned vehicles and stuff, you know, just sitting in people's driveways. And everyone always says, oh, go and knock on the door and buy it off them and restore it. But the reason that they're like that is no one gave them enough money for it in the first place, because they thought probably the car's only worth 500 quid. And now that it's rotten, they want to spend all the money, or probably 5 times as much money on it, restoring it, than they could have just paid for it in the first place and kept it nice, if that makes sense. That's what people are like all the time. I would need 6 grand for this car for it to go anywhere, and it's nowhere near finished. But I mean, I'm probably 5. I'm probably 5.5 into it. No one's going to give me that for it. And I actually can't be bothered with it just now, so I'll probably sit in my garden and rot away someday until someone chaps on my door and offers me stupid money for it. I'll never let it like that. I'll either sell it or use it. But I'm just trying to make a point. I'm probably ranting on too much. Right, so I think I'm running out of energy a bit. I'm going to change the oil in this because I've been meaning to do that for a long time. I can't afford the ramp to bugger up, so I might as well do it now. It doesn't take that long. I just got to suck oil out, put new stuff in. Remember to change that oil and send the spring. So I need to think about building this other Z20 let back up, and then I've got loads of downpipes in here. I'm just going to go and throw them in the 5-door turbo as well. Must be like 3 or 4 pre-cat decap pipes, 2.5 inch, 3 inch. It's just tons and tons of Z20 lit stuff. So I'll go through these exhausts in the car. It's looking a bit tidier over there, which is good. I've got a bit of space around my feet. Now a few things in there for going away for blasting and powder coating. I've still got a back axle in the back of the van. I've got a 5-stud setup in it. I'll get the wheel bearings powder coated too. And I thinned out all them brake calipers. So some are in that box and the rest are in the bin. I'll do a video on cleaning that gearbox up someday. Just a bit of tidying up on the shelf to do there, and then it's looking not too bad for one day. And I'll come back in it tomorrow and do some more, see if there's any bits under there I can throw in for blasting as well. So yeah, not too bad.